A leg of chicken, but never a leg of potato.
All right, now let me bring Zombie on, and hopefully nothing else will get all screwy. Because somehow I couldn't even get the link out to Zombie, so I had to take a picture of it and send it to her. Ay, ay, ay. All right.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, at that point, I was just like, fuck it. I'm taking a photo, she can type it in. It's like, I've sent it 3 damn times! It's always it's never really a podcast until I have technical difficulties on my end. It really
right. Is. How am I still hungry?
Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. So, the remnants of Debbie are going to be hitting me. Yay! The old-fashioned now, probably just tropical storm now, or tropical depression.
Yeah, it's a tropical storm right now. It might turn into a tropical depression, but it might actually maintain its intensity. Who knows? I do know that flooding, as always, is going to be the major issue.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, my area floods, so it's like, yay!
Yeah, make sure everything that you like is on the upper floor.
All right, so everything in my bedroom. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, it's like, Hissers, I hope you can swim. Oh.
Oh my god.
It's like Hurricane Debbie hits, such and such area. Next thing you know, you see these giant cockroaches swimming in the water. And they're just my hissers. They're like, yeah, fuck. I mean, hell, the flooding in, like, fucking Florida, they got to worry about gators and shit.
Why does anybody live in Florida? Why? It's a
That's a good
sandbar. It's a wetland sandbar. It's not even, like, actual land.
Right. I mean, I live in a literal swamp, so.
Yeah, but Florida is a sandbar.
Yeah.
That's like, building a metropolis on the Bikini Atoll.
Yeah. I gotcha.
And it's constantly ran with hurricanes and flooding, tornadoes.
All the invasives in the country pretty much live in Florida. Oh,
Yeah,
some of our predators are in Florida.
And you just sort of have to live with the casual knowledge that your condo could pancake on top of you at any moment because of sinkholes.
Yeah, like that one condominium that fucking got wrecked because of a sinkhole.
Yeah, because it was built on fucking sand because Florida is a fucking sandbar.
Yep.
And it just came down like a house of cards. Just
Yep.
I was like, why does anybody live there? I mean, maybe you could argue that, exotic animals, it's a really good habitat for exotic animals, especially tropical ones. That's, of course, why it has so many invasive species. But you could also say that Louisiana, Georgia, the Carolinas.
Right. I mean, fucking Rob, who used to work at Nerd, he lives in North Carolina now, so that's a decent place to have exotics because they don't get too cold in the winter, but they also retain a good amount of heat throughout the year.
Yeah, or fucking Georgia, which like environment-wise is just landlocked Florida.
Pretty much. Good old Florida. It's like as long as my niece and nephew are out of Florida, Florida could go to wherever.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing kind of keeping me attached to Florida is my niece and nephew. So.
And you're like, I mean, kind of same with me with Oklahoma. Like,
Well, you got family members there.
I got lots of family there. Yeah.
A bunch of the mods are from Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
which is the funny part.
A bunch of the mods are related to me.
Yeah, they're all. I was about to say there's mostly cousins of yours on my mod list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically 2, and you're dating one of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like a whole fucked up group. It's like I'm related to 2 of the mods. I'm also dating the other one. It's like what the fuck. But 2 of my mods are my close friends I've known for like a decade as well. So
That must be nice.
I mean, do you want one of them? They're up for adoption. Just like the times where you've talked about the concept of siblings. I'm over here like, here, you want one of my brothers? It's like, do you want the one with the gray muzzle that shakes a lot, or the other one that just kind of lays? It's sad because I think you know which one I'm talking about is which.
Mm-hmm.
Like the gray muzzle that shakes a lot, or the one that just kind of lays there. Make it sound like misfit fucking dogs up for adoption.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I finished my. I mean, obviously we can't like fully discuss it because of spoilers, but I finished the line work of that one thing I was working on.
Oh yeah. Oh, the thing that you were showing me last night.
Mm-hmm.
I had to think for a second. I was like, shit, what was it again?
Mm-hmm. I also wrote 2 new passages. One of them is insanely depressing. The other one is actually lighthearted and funny.
I just love this. Like, one's insanely impressive. The other one's pretty good. Hashtag the Chronicles.
No, depressing. And that's sort of what. Only one of my beta readers has reached out to me. Like, that's kind of annoying. And I get the other one is like going through some stuff, but at least check in.
Right.
Don't just leave me hanging, please.
Right. No, I gotcha. Why is the thumbnail of this stream showing up as my hissers? The fuck? Ugh. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, God damn it, are we having more technical difficulties? Motherfucker. Oh, whatever, I'll fix it afterwards, if that's the case.
Christine had to help me out earlier with a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was almost like a fucking, married couple situation. Like, honey, I don't know which one to get.
Yeah.
FaceTime, it's like, all right, what are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, there's this one and this one. It's like, get that one. It's like, okay.
Yep.
And then again with the soda water, you're like, all right, there's this and there's this. Should I get this one or both? And I'm just like doing the math. I'm like, fuck it, get them both. It's like $15. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't exactly understanding what you were typing. I was like, it's like, wait, is she getting one for $20, or is it like what's going on? Is it only 3 pounds for $20? If so, that's stupid. Then
Yeah, no, the boat, it was BOGO, but even with it being BOGO, it was gonna be $20 anyway.
right, but at least you got like 7 pounds of meat out of that versus 3.5.
Yeah. And I also got like 38 cans of soda.
Right, for like what, $15, which is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I've already gone through one 8-pack because I busted my ass today in a 90-degree house. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, beautiful. Now my newest mod, I'm actually
Go ahead.
my newest mod. I'm actually talking to her in Messenger because she's technically in chat, but she doesn't know how to figure out the chat function. There should be something on there that says live chat. Click on it.
That's weird. I mean, is she on PC or on her phone?
Oh no, she's at work, so she's on her phone.
Mm.
Here, I was gonna say, here's a good tester. Hey, if you can hear me, can I use your legal name?
Itchy.
Hashtag itchy tasty. That's line from the original Resident Evil game. Just itchy tasty. But it was just funny seeing you shop for, even though it was like a minute or so. It was just so funny. It's like, waifu, I need help.
Yeah, because Zombie most likely has an undiagnosed disability in math. And so my brain do not compute the math. I need help.
Yeah, like my math is bad, but nowhere near as bad as yours.
Yeah. Numbers just make no sense to me. Like my neighbor, Lyra at Sam's.
Finally, you figured it out, bitch.
Hey, what's up?
So since your name's already on screen, I'm just going to use your legal name, Bonnie.
There was, like, at Sam's, there were these massive flats of pork chops for, I want to say, like, $20, $15-$20. And I was, like, on the fence about getting them. And she was like, well, that's $160 a pound. You know, that's a good deal. And I'm like, you are speaking up in tongues to me right now. I have absolutely zero concept of that.
You're speaking in fucking Latin. I don't know what's going on. Help.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like my brain doesn't know how to like do the math on if that's a bargain or not. I just see the upfront price and I get scared by it because I can't math.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame you. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm like, okay, there's this many pounds, is this much a pound? Yeah, it's worth the money. And you're just like, help, it's 20. I don't know.
Yep, exactly. Because, like, all I see is $20. My brain can't compute how many dollars that is per pound. I just see $20 for a flat of pork chops. That's it. And so, of course, I was like, well, that seems kind of expensive. And that's why I called you up.
Right. Yeah, even though that price is not favorable, it's better than it probably could have been.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They generally have, like, a lot of decent BOGO sales there for pork, which is one of the only things I can eat.
Yeah, Bonnie, if you're still in chat, Zombie here, she's actually on my Facebook. You've seen her probably tag me in a million different things. This is just her, Zombie's her stage name. No.
Huzzah.
God, that would be a funny stripper name, though, Zombie. But,
yeah.
It probably is a thing, though. That's the funny part.
I'm sure if you opened up a goth strip club.
Right. Wait, where's Ash?
Right.
God damn it, I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about my stage name, and before that, you were talking about my prevalence on Facebook.
Oh yeah, because now I remember. I'm circling back around. Zombie has a lot of digestive issues, just a lot of intolerance issues. Unfortunately,
that's an understatement.
I'm trying not to make it that severe. Meanwhile, you're like, yes, it is that severe. Don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah. No, I mean, for real. Like, I actually have an entire list on my phone just in case I need it.
Right. I mean, shit, I don't blame you.
Cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool, though.
Her name was Jade.
Nice. I mean, Zombie, if you want wild stories, me and Bonnie have wild stories over our 10-year. Actually, it'd be more so of a 20-year, because we met in 2005. Sorry, the gummy's starting to hit, so my speech ain't so good. But speaking of Bonnie, I actually need to look up that website you sent me to look at their edibles.
Yeah, I've never really had... I mean, I had one friend that long. That one friend was insanely toxic.
Is it the one that I've met?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I remember them. I remember you immediately warned me about them, and I'm just like, well, this is not a good thing. This is
right.
And then literally, like, not even a couple months into knowing them, I was just like, wow, this okay. You know, Homer Simpson backing into the bushes, like, I'm I'm not here during this fallout. Nope.
Yeah. I mean, you're also at the tail end of that relationship. Like,
I feel like the other woman. I'm so sorry.
but yeah, otherwise, and even then, they lived in an entirely different state than me. I never really kept like in-person friends long term because I went to about 11 schools.
You're one of the few that could probably beat out a fucking military family when it comes to how many times you've moved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's okay, Bonnie. I know you're at work, so it's got to be difficult.
Yeah, you got to be sneaky about it, like
Yeah,
porn.
she works at a call center of sorts, so she does have some freedom when it comes to, let's say watching videos on YouTube and stuff like that. But it's still, you still have supervisors and shit are gonna be like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Most of mine, for the most part, as long as I'm out of view of the cameras, they kind of don't care.
I remember encountering somebody at the Albertsons across the street from me. Had his, like, it was either an energy drink or water. I can't remember, but he had it wrapped in a receipt. And I was like, what's up with that? And he's like, oh, we can't, have beverages on the job. And I remember I was just like, God forbid you have basic needs.
Yeah, we had to do the same thing at Food Line. Like, let's say if I bought a Mountain Dew, I would have to take the receipt on just so they knew that I bought it at least, so they could look on camera and be like, oh, okay, she bought that Mountain Dew. Because if I drink, like, let's say a naked Mountain Dew, they're gonna think I stole it. But I remember I had a bad coughing fit at the register one time, and I usually have water on me. I didn't have it that day because they were so anal about drinks being on the register. And I'm coughing so bad that I end up vomiting because, it triggers my gag reflex if I cough too much. And I had my inhaler, I was getting all that down. And my boss was like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, this kind of would have been avoided if I had some water. But that's usually what I go to first is the water. And if that doesn't work, then the inhaler.
Yeah.
Okay, knowing where you work, Bonnie, that actually makes sense. Because I've heard enough about that job where I'm like, yep, that checks out. But you're still looking for another job, right, Bonnie? Because I know you've been getting some gripe at your current job.
Everybody's looking for a new
Right.
and different.
I'm always keeping my nose in, other opportunities. Because, yeah, so far everything's going okay, but I'm being worked like a fucking dog, so I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, speaking of, Saturday's going to be interesting when that one manager is going to be the only manager there and she barely knows English. As super sweet as can be, however.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because I think I told you, but I told this particular manager, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel good. I might not be able to make it on Saturday. And she's like, no, 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 no. No, you come here, you help me. I'm like, no. It's like, why am I training a manager? I'm not even a manager, well, technically yet. I'm still waiting on those stupid fucking classes so I, take this lower management position. Like, the fuck?
I'm sure where you're at doesn't the corporation you work for, I'm sure they don't aren't very diligent about that kind of thing.
Right. They give a shit if you literally deviate an inch out of what you're supposed to do all day, every day. Then they freak the fuck out. But the moment your higher ups, like your general manager, says, "Hey, would you like this such and such position?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." And then you don't hear a fuck about it. Then you're right. The corporation is just like, whatever.
Yeah, no, they drag their feet on purpose because they don't like paying you more.
Exactly. Even though for me it would only be a 50-cent raise, and I'm like the things I'd fucking do for 50 cents nowadays is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually funny though, because I didn't realize this until maybe a few days ago. But I got the offer for that position that I told you about
Mm-hmm.
only a day after I trained the regional manager's niece.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, did word get back or something to so and so? What the fuck? Because my assistant manager said it's like you need to be so and so, and I'm like, okay. And I thought she was joking for the longest time until my general manager came up to me and asked me if I'd like to take the position. I was like, oh, I thought so and so was joking. She's like, oh no, she never jokes.
That was that was me when I was that was kind of me when I was elected volunteer of the month in January of 2020 at the volunteer horse rescue I worked at. I thought it was a scam.
Right.
And then they contacted me. It's like, are you there? Do you or no, they actually like when I was there, they went to me in person and they're like, are you gonna do this interview? And I'm like, what interview? It's like, we sent you the email. I was like, oh, I thought that was a scam.
I mean, nowadays you have to be careful with
Yeah.
emails like that because they more than likely are scams. That's why you don't click on links unless you know exactly that you're expecting an email from, such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Bonnie, I really don't blame you. Well, Bonnie obviously knows where I work too. That's why I kind of jumped ship on my current job because I was like, fuck it, I need something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, it's not the best case scenario. Best case scenario. It's not even the most average case scenario. It's just like, fuck it. At least it's something I know what to do. It's familiar. I'm just gonna roll with it.
My dad is still unemployed.
Which is wild because his resume is more stacked than mine, and I
Here's
had
the thing. Well, actually, I need to go to the bathroom first, and then I'll like go on my tangent.
right. I mean, yeah, way back in the day, though, I remember my mom telling me about how you could smoke on airplanes, and I'm just like, that is fucking wild. God, smoking and drinking on the job. That makes me think of our mutual friend that moved down to Florida that we used to go to Gambit with all the time, Nico. Oh my God. That boy would show up, be the DJ at karaoke, and he'd be drunk as shit. Oh my goodness, good times. We need to go back there sometime. Oh my God. Ugh. It's like I feel like wrecking my liver at least once a year. Whew. But also, if you're still there, Bonnie, how's Jessie been doing? Because I have been trying to pop in on her Twitch streams every once in a while.
I'm back.
Yeah, Bonnie had commented about how they used to, how folks used to smoke and drink on the job in the '90s, and that now she has to vape by an open door. Which, hey, you got a very fancy vape, it's funny because like Bonnie's vape, it looks cool. It's like that rainbow chrome looking stuff, and she's got the nicest smelling, like fruitiest I call it cigarette juice. That's literally what it is.
Nicotine.
Yeah. Yeah, when she vapes, that actually smells very nice, thankfully, and it doesn't, kill my lungs. But the last time I tried to smoke a vape, oh my God, I was gagging. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fucking a Middle Eastern shisha is the only thing I could tolerate without it tearing up my lungs, but it's the most fucking dangerous out of the three.
I mean, if you make your own, it wouldn't be as dangerous because
Oh
what makes it dangerous is that they use actual fucking tar in the shisha.
yeah, and
They
also you
use something like honey
or molasses.
or molasses, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I actually found out about this. I was actually talking to Ash about this because Ash has been having a hell of a time getting a job too.
Oh yeah.
About how companies basically can filter out resumes they don't want, and a lot of them filter out those with good resumes and college degrees because they know their worth.
Right. It's like we have self-respect versus, let's say, a 17-year-old that's starting their first job.
Or, some young buck who doesn't really have like much of a resume can be taken advantage of more than somebody who knows their stuff and knows what they're worth.
Exactly.
Those are apparently considered quote unquote high risk employees. Those ones where womp womp, they might have to meet the employee's terms.
Oh my God, like my current job, I've been putting my foot down and they've been scared at some point. like I told you this. Oh yeah, I think Bonnie's a little bit behind because I was talking about Nico earlier, our friend who
Bonnie, if you go to the actual YouTube feed, there will be a button on the lower left-hand corner, right in front of the volume thingy that says live. If the dot on the live thing is gray, you are behind, and you can click on that to jump forward to where we are right now.
I just messaged her, so we should be good.
Okay.
It's like if she doesn't read her messages, I got her phone number. It's like, but shit. Now I forgot what I was saying until I realized. Oh fuck me, damn it.
Yeah, Ash has been trying to get hired, and everybody keeps telling her. And everybody keeps telling Ash that they're too qualified. They're overqualified.
Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. Oh fuck. So yeah, about because I've told you this story, but all of us could see our schedules on an app, and I saw on my schedule that they wanted me to work like 10 hours on a Sunday, from 6 a.m. to I think 4 or 5 p.m. I was so mad. I put in a leave request for that day, and the moment you do that, it sends a message to all your managers. And not even 5 minutes later, I got a fucking phone call from the assistant manager. She's like, oh no, what's wrong? I'm like, and I told her exactly. I'm like, I'm not working 12 hours. 10, 12 hours that day. And she's like, okay, how about it? Does 8 to 4 sound better? I'm like, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because according to this particular manager, I help her out a lot, which I guess can be true because if you give me like an area to be in charge of, I'm going to keep it up to the nines.
Yeah, no, you're on top of your shit, but I actually suggested to Ash what my dad ended up having to do was actually removing stuff from his resume.
Oh wow.
To get more attention. Because they're so scared of folks who actually know what they're doing and have been in the field for a long time, because they're worried that they're actually gonna like have to negotiate. they're not going to be able to take advantage of them as easily.
Exactly. I mean, funny enough, this quote from the Planet of the Apes franchise is pretty correct. Human don't like smart ape. Us, the working force, are the apes.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't like great apes. I managed to push through the first Planet of the Apes movie just, to see what it was about. Everybody was raving about it.
Right.
That
and
is
also
the last one I am watching.
I mean, you got to admit though, that scene with Draco Malfoy, it's just like, oh shit, that ape just yelled no, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Then 5 films later, you have an ape saying shit for the first time. That was fucking funny.
But yeah, I'm just like, I don't like great apes. They scare me.
I have a healthy amount of respect and fear for them. It's like, would I love to see one out in the wild? Yes, within reason. Would I like to interact with one? Yes, within reason.
Yeah. Even at zoos, I don't like going near them.
Meanwhile, me over
me.
memory with a gorilla.
Because I basically completely binge watched Animal Planet all the time. And Animal Planet instilled the fear of God in me when it came to chimpanzees specifically.
Oh yeah, chimpanzees can be fucked up, like really fucked up.
They had all sorts of programs about these folks, like keeping quote unquote pet chimpanzees, and that going horribly south, inevitably. And like by the time I was a teenager, I was like, no, I don't do great apes. I don't like great apes.
It's like, yes, it's like, yes, that little baby chimpanzee is so cute, but they're not going to stay as babies forever.
Yeah, and one day they might eat your face off.
Exactly, because I remember, I can't remember if this was a chimpanzee troop or a bonobo troop, but there's a troop of these apes, and they decided that they were going to literally gang assault the alpha male, bite all over his body. Apparently, one of the apes bit his fucking testicles off. And I'm just like, ooh, ow, that is also strangely human, but it's like, go right for the nut.
I remember, one of those programs I remember very specifically was like a 911 call of a woman whose friend had a pet chimpanzee, and that chimpanzee went ape.
All puns intended.
Really? And you could hear it screaming. And she was talking about how it was eating her. When you hear something like that when you're like 8 years old. So I'm not interested in watching the Planet. I'm glad you enjoy them though. Somebody should.
Right.
Oh, I think their original price for it was asinine.
Oh my god, the Planet of the Apes films from the fucking 60s are hysterical because the makeup and the prosthetics are so bad.
Yeah.
That you can see the mouth of the actors inside the fucking masks. Like it's comical at that point.
Yeah. Oh my god, like the original Dune movie.
Right. Oh my god, but that is also another classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one actually is really fun.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the Dune that came out a few years ago. It's like, oh my god, this is the movie we should have had in the fucking 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
Mm-hmm.
It still keeps the same spirit, but with like updated badass technology. Like the the fucking sandworm looked amazing.
The worm.
Right.
Oh,
But it actually was terrifying, unlike the original worm from the 80s. Looked weird.
There is one scene in the original movie that I thought was done very well. And it was the first time you see one where it swallows up that spice grinder or whatever the fuck they call it.
Oh, fuck. The spice harvester.
Spice harvester. Yeah, also known as a spice grinder, apparently. Like that one I thought was actually pretty cool. But of course, it's that particular Dune, that particular iteration of the Dune worms was not accurate to the books. The most recent one was.
Right, exactly. I still have to see the second one.
So do I. I still have to see the second one too. It's also been getting really good reviews.
Oh, definitely. And hey, it's got Willy Wonka in it. You know, Timothy Chalamet.
Right.
Who doesn't love the new, not traumatized Willy Wonka?
It's gotten mixed reviews from what I understand. From what I understand, like when it's sort of diving into the sort of whimsical aspects of Willy Wonka, it does well. But if it tries to be a little more realistic, that's where it falters.
Right. I think I have the original Gene Wilder one on DVD somewhere. I know I have.
Mom. I mean, what am I saying? Of course, my mom has it. She has like every movie that ever came out.
Right. If she wasn't so fucked in the head, she sounded like a great friend. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, like, generally okay person, except her head is screwed on all kinds of wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason I haven't talked to her in a decade.
And I definitely don't blame you. Gotta love trauma.
I mean, hey, at least I can influence my work.
Right.
Again, I don't do trauma porn. I just have trauma.
Yep. An ongoing theme to your book series.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is a thing, like, this is empty. I need to get more soda. Be right back.
Oh, no. I think it did if you did that in real time. Yep, you're good. You're good, Bonnie.
Something that, like, since I've been getting into writing and I've been writing my own books, I mean, Christine calls me the Old Testament God of my books for a reason.
Or George R.
But the more I've, like, written in my books and the more I really, like, delve into my characters and everything, there's a lot of, like, bad stuff that happens in those books. There's also a lot of violence. But it's not done in a way that's trauma porn. And as I kept writing, I started growing more and more frustrated by Game of Thrones.
Right.
Because Game of Thrones, or A Song of Ice and Fire, is 100% trauma porn.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I can definitively say this because I know George R. R. Martin's favorite chapter in The Lord of the Rings, and that is the Desolation of the Shire.
Says a lot about his character.
Not
even the desolation of Smaug for like the Hobbit. It's like, no, the desolation of the Shire.
Yeah, because at the end of the books, you know, in the movies, they come home, everything's Peachy Keen. In the book, they come home and the Shire has just been ravaged. They paid like a little homage to that in the first movie, where
that premonition scene.
Or that premonition scene, yeah. They like, give a nod to that, but they don't actually like use it in the movie. But in the books, that does happen, and that's his favorite chapter.
That says a lot about him.
And so for me, it's just like I became more and more disgusted with Game of Thrones, because it was just like, this is so obviously trauma porn. Nothing about it is original. It's just nothing but violence and stuff for the sake of violence,
Speaking of trauma porn, a Serbian film. Don't ever see it. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that's the literal definition of trauma porn right there.
Mm-hmm. And so I was like not a diehard fan, but I was a fan of the Game of Thrones series. I got in there. Actually, I got in there. I want pancakes too. I got in there like midway.
Oh my god, I'm at this IHOP. Our IHOP trips with Sam like in the middle of the night.
And I didn't want to watch the previous seasons because I knew there was like a ton of trauma porn in there, and I was not for that. And so, like, especially as I've started like diving headlong into being an author, the narrative of that book series just makes no tangible sense to me. However, if by some miracle my stories take off, if I was to pick any mainstream media to make a show, it probably would be HBO, because the way they handled the writing material of Game of Thrones, at least, like, they really started to fumble when they had none of the books to reference. But so long as they have a template of the books, they do a fantastic job. And so, like, they would be probably my main candidate. I don't trust Disney half a bit. I don't trust Netflix.
God, it's like thinking about streaming services. I have to get back on Hulu and watch more of The Strain. That full moon scene still got me, though. It's just like, damn.
Still makes no sense to me.
You're like, Guillermo del Toro. Why?
It's like, riddle me this, okay? This is not vampirism.
It's like you somehow made parasites into vampires. What?
Just like, this is not vampirism, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
These are parasitic worms with hosts. They are not vampires.
Right.
But then again, I sort of consider myself a vampire aficionado. I even have an entire story that, if my stories take off and the story after that one takes off, I may release it once I know I have a foothold. Because that one is like rated R.
You're like, this is for mature audience only.
It seriously is. If I ever come out with that story and you have your kids read it, what the fuck is wrong with you? At this one, it was made in active protest against Twilight.
I also don't blame you, because Twilight's trash.
It is trash, and I'm somebody who like loves vampires and werewolves, and then I find out about Twilight, and it pissed me off so much that I basically went on a make vampires and werewolves scary again campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did I. And the main character of that story is, of course, a handsome young buck.
Yep.
Again, I make all of my masculine characters to be eye candy because even after Loki, like truly demonstrated the power of fangirls, even
Right.
after they tapped into that vein, they still don't really think about us. And so when I design my masculine characters, I'm like, this is for you. Look and be happy.
Like a scab on the top of my foot, and I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Then I realized, oh, this is why I put my fucking ankle wrap on every day because I am always running around for like 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Ah.
My ankle is a bum ankle. So it's probably going to become a fortune telling ankle, like my fortune telling knee.
Speaking of a bum ankle, Bonnie has one. I think she has the best story behind it. That she essentially fucked up her ankle at an Aerosmith concert. Which, true story, Bonnie loves herself some Steven Tyler.
Excuse me.
Oh, that was hot.
Isn't he the dad of the actress who played Arwen?
Yep.
That's what
That
I
is. Steven Tyler is Liv Tyler's father.
Liv Tyler, that's right. I am exhausted. I did so much today.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah. I mean, especially because like I'd sort of let maintenance on Axel's cage fall to the wayside.
Mhm.
Ooh, yikes. That sounds like a neurological problem.
Oh, okay.
But so I and of course, as we know, he shits like an indigo snake, and so I had to clean up a lot of shit. Literally.
Axel.
And I had to take him out of his bath. I had to clean the kitty boxes. I had to go to the store. I had to cook. I'm really hoping that my body doesn't punish the hell out of me tomorrow for this.
Right. For me, I actually purposely made it a rest day. Like normally, almost every Wednesday, I'll go to the store for something. And oh yeah, that's right. I mean, hey, at least you got to see Steven Tyler. Just yeah, you're in a lot of fucking pain.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday was my rest day because I've just been busting my ass the past week. And I was like, both my brain and body are about to cave. I need to put on the brakes.
There's a reason, at least in my job, why I have the position that I have, because there's times where I need to be alone.
Yeah.
Because of an idiot, it's just like, all right, just okay, woosah, I'm back. Either that, or find a quiet room and start punching the hell out of something.
Right. Yeah, yesterday I was like, I just can't. I can't.
Yeah.
But of course, today, I had to jump right back into action.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot done, though. I found my cart that I completely forgot I had because I was talking to my stepmom about how difficult it is to. I mean, sometimes they have these huge 24-pack things of soda water at the store, and those things are like 20 pounds.
Right,
Like,
they're heavy.
they're heavy as shit, and I lug them home in my arms when half a mile when I get them. And I was talking to my stepmom about that, and she was like, "Well, haven't you used your cart?" And I was like, "You know what? I completely forgot that thing existed."
Why? I mean, hey, that little buggy saved you, you know?
Yeah, I was able to get a ton of like normally I have to go to the grocery store every single day
Right.
to get stuff, but the buggy thing actually allowed me to get about $50 worth of groceries, which was
Mm-hmm.
great. And tomorrow I'm gonna see if I can make a curry.
Right.
I hate cooking with a fiery passion, but I have to do it because I have no other choice.
Yeah, Bonnie's had some of my curries before. And oh, my ankle itches.
Heck.
But my,
Yeah,
at least
I eat to live, not live to eat because I'm forced to because of all my stupid dietary restrictions. If you guys want a challenge to cook for somebody, by all means, make something for me so I don't have to.
right.
Woo!
So I'm guessing you were working from 2 to 10, I'm guessing? Yeah, that's like the mid/early night shift.
Oh, my pepper plant is looking healthier.
Right. Now that thing is going to produce some mean ass fruit.
God, it is. Yeah, it's gonna be full of hate.
How to super hot peppers make them fucking angry.
Well, yeah, I mean that like when I was still living in Washington, we went to Pike Place Market. There was a guy there who was selling homemade hot sauces. And he had ones, the Trinidad Marigo Scorpion sauce, which I think I got because it was really good. And we got into a conversation about raising super hots. And he was like, if you really want them to have that kick, you got to stress them out a little bit. That plant has been stressed out a lot of it.
Right.
I think honestly the major issue was that I wasn't watering it enough. But I've figured out how to remedy that, where it's just like every time I go to the store, I go out the back because there's a back gate right onto the main road from my backyard. And I just turn, I have the hose situated to where it's pointed in the pot. I just turn that on for a few seconds and then turn it off. And I also dump out any water that I don't want. Like for example, Joey's water, when I'm changing it out, I dump it on the plant. I didn't know this about pepper plants, but apparently they're self-fertilizing.
Oh, no. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Bonnie. That sucks.
Oh, yeah, that does suck. That was a
Just
fact.
don't put him in Pete's cab. He'll be fine. Don't put him in Pete's car. There is a joke because Pete used to work for the company that Bonnie works for right now, and unfortunately, a lot of folks have died just out of nowhere in Pete's cab.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. So we keep joking around that he's the Grim Reaper.
It was a fascinating experience. Well, I need to go to the bathroom. Hold on, be right back.
God, fucking Pete, the fucking the major sage of marijuana. And I remember when Pete first fucking moved to the goddamn mountains, and I started really posting photos of my cooking, and he got upset. He was just like, "Damn, why did you cook like this when I lived down in your area?" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Joe, is it time yet?
But Bonnie has been real busy tonight.
I'll feed you out.
With a lot of calls.
Meow meow.
Oh no, the Joey.
Meow meow meow.
For anyone who's wondering, Joey is Zombie's cat. Little Bombay mix.
Mm-hmm.
Steady, yeah, that's understandable. It's a weekday. Right.
What?
I gotcha.
You be itching? You be itching? I'm sorry, Mom's a little slow because she's been working all day.
Hmm.
There you go. All right, I'm back.
Ah, you have returned.
Go ahead.
I said, oh, you have returned.
Mm-hmm. It was a fascinating experience watching two cancer journeys. When Brian's cancer diagnosis came out, somebody else that I also followed sporadically also got a cancer diagnosis, but it was two very different situations. Brian had one of the deadliest forms of cancer late into its development. This person had the least deadly form of cancer and caught it practically the second it started happening. And it was kind of surreal to watch their paths go together.
Right.
From vastly different cancer journeys.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Ryan passed away. This other person was healed, completely healed. I want to say a month or so before he died. It was just really surreal to kind of watch both of those play out in real time.
Right.
Yeah, it is really weird that Brian got pancreatic cancer of all things, though.
Right.
Crazy. A little bit crazy. This raspberry and lime soda is pretty tasty.
Nice. Feel like I've become a connoisseur of flavored soda waters.
I have no choice. I just I go through them really quickly. Thank you to my neighbor for getting me a soda machine. But yeah, it's just since I quit drinking, I need something else to sort of fill that, and I've turned to soda water. Though they have cocktail flavored soda waters there, and I've tried them. At least the lime margarita one, in my opinion, is very accurate.
Oh, nice.
And I think I know why I hated the mint mojito one. Because mojito has gin, if I recall.
Mojito has rum. It's white rum.
I thought it had gin.
Mm-hmm. Bonnie's a mixologist, so she knows exactly what's in it, and it's rum.
Okay.
I actually graduated from that fucking class, and I became your fucking guinea pig for the goddamn scotch, the rusty nails.
I mean, hey, mixologist, if you ever want to practice mocktails, I'd be up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I quit drinking because it had gotten just a little bit out of my control.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I completely forgot nicotine gum existed. Though to be real, I would really love to, like, I'm not a smoker, never have smoked, but I would really love to grow like my own tobacco. It's native here where I live. And like make my very own shisha with like honey or molasses.
Right.
And then use that because I think that would be a really cool experience. And you totally bypass the really toxic stuff that's in commercial tobacco and tobacco products. Because I mean, if smoking was as bad for us today as it was for the Native Americans, they wouldn't have survived to the time of Columbus. They would have been dead. Like, the tobacco isn't the super toxic part. The super toxic part is what they add to the damn things.
Exactly.
But yeah, there are definitely other options. Yep, nicotine gum, nicotine patches, vapes.
Or get horrendously sick like my mom and she just went cold turkey.
I mean, that's basically what happened to me because I had that horrific fungal infection that was all over me. And my options were to let it just run wild or quit drinking and get the medication I needed that was insanely toxic if taken with alcohol. And I chose the medicine. Yeah, that's another thing I'm abstaining from other than beef. Beef, like, there was a time where I copied literally everything my mom did practically. And so if she would if she would omit something from her diet, I would too. And at one point she omitted beef, and I also omitted beef. And then when she started eating beef again, I tried to eat beef and I hated it. I was like, I can taste the feedlot.
Right.
The only beef I can stand nowadays is pasture-fed, grass-fed beef.
Right, or like the bison steaks that you get.
Or bison, yeah. Ones that don't have the cow manure feedlot flavor.
Right, you're like, I'll eat the wild cattle, the wild moose.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, the cloud moo that you showed me.
That's beautiful, big, bright-ass white cow from Brazil. I was like, that's a beautiful cow.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it looks like it literally was birthed from the clouds. It's so white.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you're like, cloud moo.
Oh, here we go. We got more information on her.
Oh.
Her name is Valentina 19, and she belongs to the Nelore breed, a breed of cow which is raised for meat, not for milk. The breed's price stems from how quickly they put on vast amounts of muscle, from fertility, and how often they pass the characteristic to their offspring. And they're all white, like that cow.
Oh, definitely not prettier than a Highland coon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Highland coo are found in Ireland and Scotland, primarily Scotland. It's funny because Bonnie's Scottish, and I've been sending her Scottish memes on TikTok lately.
Though I really love your bucking boys, your moo boys.
Right.
Especially Cool Whip. The Cool Whip is so pretty. It's champagne colored bowl.
Mm-hmm. But
What?
Highland. Uh-oh. Is Joey being a bugaboo?
Why are you just staring at me? I just look over and I see her like peering at me from behind the couch.
Oh my god.
In sheer silence.
Joey, do you see demons or something?
Right. She's just like looking at me and I'm just like, what? I did clean. I mean, I at least did a quick clean of Axel's cage. I hope he likes it. He gets fed
Right.
tomorrow, him and his brothers.
Ooh. Oh, how's Otto been eating lately?
Been eating like a champ. Last time he actually took off the tongs.
Oh, so that stint of him going on a hunger strike was probably just, him just like being, I'm gonna be difficult.
Well, I mean, I'm still pretty sure that he was sort of like in breeding mode. A lot of ball pythons tend to go off their feed around that time because that's breeding time.
Right, that's understandable.
But yeah, he's back on him tomorrow. He gets one of his jumbo rats. And just like the other ones, I'm gonna scent that one too, and do the brains trick.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big snake right now. He can't just subsist off of large rats. He needs the jumbo rats.
Right. I love when you first got him, you're like, oh my god, he's so strong, like beefy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I never really like encountered a ball python before. I mean, obviously I'd seen them, but I've never like handled one. And his strength like took me completely by surprise. I was like, holy shit, you look like your old chunk, but that's all muscle.
Right. It's like you think he's overweight. No, he's just big old. Yeah, he's a big old muscle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that did make me like take an extra minute to consider a reticulated python because like this little ball python here is super strong.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting for the day where I could have my own ball python.
I'm really hoping that by the time I'm able to have a large species of snake, that the Bolin's python will not be so crazy expensive.
Right. I mean, hell, I would love a Dumeril's boa. It's like looks like a boa, but it's the size of a ball python.
Mm-hmm.
Like the biggest they get would be 6 feet. But they're so beautiful. They would go great with my Madagascar hissers.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Bolin's python will be established enough in the hobby for them to not be as wildly expensive as they are right now. Because right now they're like 15 grand a pop because they're brand new on the scene.
Meanwhile, Dumeril's boa, I think I've seen at the cheapest was like $600 or $700. Still a lot of money, but not as much as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not in the thousands of dollars yet.
Yeah, let's go to Nerd's website and see how much theirs are. Yeah, 12 grand.
Mm-mm.
$12 grand for one. Count 'em one. Bowen's Python.
Hey, just give me an albino ball python. I'll be good.
Mm-hmm. I have to take a look at the sand boas on principle.
Hmm?
Oh wow, they're cheap. At least the Kenyan ones.
Huh.
They look nowhere near as stupid as the Arabian sand boa, though. Like they look derpy, but not flat out stupid. Because like that's another snake where it's like if I had the means, I would get myself an Arabian sand boa because they look so fucking stupid that I just have to have one.
The fucking derpy ass looking face of a goddamn Arabian sand boa.
Right, it's just like snakes are terrifying. Can you don't?
Can you do?
Mm-hmm. Because, like, I mean, even with my dad, I was like, I want an Arabian sand boa. He's like, you have enough snakes, but and I was like, but look at it, it's so stupid. It
But
looks
yes,
like a sock puppet. And he was like, oh my god, it does.
right.
Ooh, tonight. Oh, that's temperatures. Never mind.
Hey, what's the temp here? Oh, it's 79 right now. It's kind of cool.
What's temperature here? At least in theory. 83. It's be 83
tomorrow. That's a blessing. Fuck. God, I fucking hate the soup weather here. It's so nasty in the south.
Right, air made of hot soup. We have the opposite problem.
Yeah, you got the water in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you're way up in the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like, it's this temperature in theory.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the like if it says it's 85 degrees, in the shade it's going to be 75 degrees. In the sun it's going to be 95 degrees.
Uh-huh.
Which is why even though it's 92 degrees in my house, I know not to open the doors to let the air in because the air is going to be even hotter.
Oh God.
What?
Bonnie's comment about the yeah. Yep. That's accurate.
I know Oklahoma and Texas are like that, but they're weird. Like they'll be hot soup during the summer and then straight to bone dry during the winter.
Oh God.
Yeah. And so you just get tons of nosebleeds.
Never want to go to the Midwest if I could help it.
Yeah, we got red wasps.
Hell no.
I love how when you saw those for the first time, you were just like, fuck.
I was like, those things are messed up looking.
They are.
They're red.
They're mean. They even look like they're glaring at you.
It's
They
like
look angry.
creating that fucker.
And they're huge too. They're like an inch and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
Though if I'd known about the Japanese giant hornet before I made the decision to go to Japan, I might not have gone.
Right. Oh my God. Those things. Ugh.
Yeah. It's a good thing
Nope.
I stayed in urban areas.
Right. You weren't like in the fucking wilderness in the mountains. You were in the city.
Yeah. Because as far as I'm aware, they tend to be a problem. They tend to more so be a problem on the countryside.
Yeah, that's where Coyote Peterson went to, the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that big fucker. God damn.
Right. It's like difficult to like decide which is more intimidating looking, the tarantula hawk or the Japanese giant hornet.
Oh my god. They both suck.
Well, the thing about the tarantula hawk is that one, at least for a wasp, it is neglected. It is reluctant to sting.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the Japanese giant hornet lives in hives.
Oh yeah, fair.
The tarantula hawk is solitary. The Japanese giant hornet lives in hives. So there's like yellow jacket hives on steroids.
And you're like, is this worth taking on a single tarantula hawk?
Uh-huh. Oh, probably not me because I have a wasp allergy. This is why I'll watch Venomous Jackass do it in my place.
Oh god, watching his videos is fucking fun though. Like seeing him seeing him after the fucking sting is like, yes, let the hate flow.
I mean, he even goes like, "I'm Coyote Peterson," and I just like, "And welcome to Jackass."
Down, 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 down. Yeah.
Oh my god, my eyeball. My eyeball.
No.
Got
Just
eyelash.
take it out and throw it across the room.
Got eyelash in my eye.
Oh.
God, I've been having so many unpleasant hair dreams lately where I'm like gagging on pulling hair out of my mouth dreams.
Oh no.
They're horrible. Though I've been having tornado dreams too. Who's the fucking toxic element in my life giving me tornado dreams? I'm listening to that shit this time.
Right.
Because I only get tornado dreams if there's somebody fucking up my life.
Right.
Even though
I remember you telling me about that years back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I remember when she first told me about that. I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Oh. God.
That would have been the $1 million sweater for fucking, weirdos.
I also tend to have really weird dreams. Christina's heard of some of them.
We all float down here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, both of us have literally joked that my spinal fluid could be used as a recreational drug.
Right. Because you had the fucking most weird, like, cinematic, like, acid trip of dreams.
Yeah, I do.
And you're like, it's not even from the medication either. My brain's just that woo.
Yeah. No, I remember like I had one dream that was like I mean one of the funnier ones was me doing a high school project and having to get to an interview with Marilyn Manson through a flood. And to get to him, I had to traverse this deadly obstacle course.
Right.
Like as the water was rising, I had to run through buzzsaws and sides and everything.
Right. Like you're in a fucking Jerry Bruckheimer film or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what's another one that isn't like some epic saga of a dream? The tornado dreams. Cool. I have tons. I have never, me, myself, and I, even though I am a tornado nerd, and have never seen a tornado in my entire life. And yet, I get tornado dreams all the fucking time.
Right.
It's just, and there's a lot of them where they're bizarrely realistic. I mean, obviously the circumstances aren't realistic at all, but at least in terms of how a tornado looks and behaves, it's hyper realistic, which is why I'm like, how am I getting these hyper realistic tornadoes in my dreams when I have never actually seen a tornado in person?
Right. But yeah, Bonnie's actually terrified of sharks, so it's actually quite interesting to be with Bonnie at the Baltimore Aquarium a couple years back, especially when there were many sharks around us.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I know. No, I haven't. Oh my god. I want to see it really bad, though. Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, I definitely agree, though. We just gotta figure out a fucking day. Because our schedules are fucked.
Return. Oh, Deadpool. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to like come out on streaming or something because I don't do well with. I mean, if I go with a friend, I'm okay, but I have no friends here.
I mean, you did pretty well with the, Spider-Man No Way Home with Ash, but you were with Ash, though.
Yeah, I was with Ash.
At least you got to encounter their oh no moment too.
Yep.
AKA Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm. I know that was though the first time I saw it was with my dad. And I remember like when I knew the scene was coming up, I was like, "Oh Lord, he coming." I sure hope I don't.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like me and Bonnie are gonna be making plans to hopefully see Deadpool and Wolverine. See Marvel's very rated R film with the new management.
I still feel like it would have been a great gaffe to like bleep out Deadpool the entire time up until like just the closing credits.
Oh, motherfucker! Hey, you!
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah! Oh no! The old watering hole. Oh, there's so many stories about that place.
Gambit is a cool X-Men.
Yeah, its full name is Queen's Gambit.
Oh no, I'm just saying Gambit is a cool X-Men.
Oh yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm. He uses like pink cards.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to get overcast here. Are there clouds heading my way? Why is my fucking computer like piping hot?
I know. The supposed brand new state-of-the-art piece of equipment.
God. I mean, at least the fucking mouse pad works properly after I updated the driver.
Right.
That was driving me insane. Like, it was just driving me nuts.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm just wondering if we're going to get any rain here because then I don't really have to water my plant.
Right.
So it's looking a lot healthier. Hopefully it's going to get buds on it soon. And again, apparently I had no idea. I had no idea about this. That's not that bad.
Tell me about that. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Is that apparently peppers can self-pollinate. They don't necessarily need pollinators. I mean, if you want to max your chances for getting peppers, you of course need pollinators. But apparently they pollinate themselves. I guess that's why you can have indoor peppers that have peppers.
Right.
Which is another reason why I was like, I wanted to add like at least an ornamental pepper to Castiel's enclosure so it could be the isopods.
It'd be so cute too.
In fact, that might be the plant I use for filtration, or one of them at least. I have grand plans for his enclosure. I had grand plans for Otto's enclosure, but then he decided to just bulldoze everything.
Right, he's a fucking bull in a china shop.
Axel, I also have plans for. Unfortunately, his trash ass enclosure broke, and the trash ass enclosure that I was gonna use for parts broke.
Oh, gotta love Reptizoo. They fucking suck.
Ugh. And the thing is,
oh, rant.
just like, I don't know. It's like, oh, that's too expensive. We should get these ones, but these ones are more reliable. No, it's like, have you heard of these ones? And I'm like, no. Well, we're gonna get these ones because they're cheap. Turns out they're extremely cheap.
Yep,
I was right.
Clearly, they fucking broke apart, man.
And the thing is, like, my dad was convinced I was going to be bitching about the dubia enclosures I have. He's like, well, now you're going to bitch about those. I haven't bitched.
Right. They've been godsend for you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm planning on getting those. I'm planning on getting one for Axel, too.
Mhm.
And I'm also going to do what I can to gussy up his enclosure because he's miserable. Poor guy is a 5 foot long active colubrid stuffed into a 1 square foot enclosure.
Yeah.
Like, he just spends most of his days curled up because he just can't move around. So yeah, he's actually probably going to be the first one that I set up just because I feel bad.
Right. I mean, I don't blame you. I would.
Which I still need to cash in the money for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, I've discovered 2 possible fucking coloration mutations amongst my histers. I'm trying to prove out the other one before I say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one could lose that spot of color in the next 1 or 2 molts.
Whoa, there are goth ornamental peppers.
Ooh, pretty. Oh,
The whole,
hooray!
the whole plant is black, including the peppers.
Oh, nice.
I'm just trying to see if there's like an orange specific ornamental pepper that I could put in Castile or Axel's enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, Jansu, whoever you are, get over here.
Right.
Yeah. I'll send a picture. Oh, excuse me.
Pretty much Halloween peppers.
They seriously are. Let me find a good.
Oh my god, that's a badass fucking Halloween grilled food. Red and not red, orange and black peppers, with like chicken or steak or some shit like that.
What the fuck? No, that's not what I. There we go. I'm gonna send it your way, Christine.
Halloween fajitas, yes. Oh, that's so cool looking.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I'm sending it to you, Bonnie. Hold on. Goth peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could make Halloween fajitas though. That'd be pretty fucking metal. Make them spicy.
Why am I still hungry? I ate. I had food.
Nope.
And yet I am still hungry. This is a problem I always face because I can't eat normally. I drink like a fish.
Mm-hmm. I've been drinking
really just
Sprite and fucking water at my job.
I mean, I really can't eat a lot of nutritional and filling stuff. So yeah, I'm like constantly hungry.
Yeah.
And before you start going through the list, no, I can't have it.
Yep.
Everybody's like, well, can you have this? Well, can you have this? Well, can you have this? And I'm like, no, 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 and no, with a side of no.
Pretty much.
We get more soda.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind my birthday, sorry.
I'm like hobbling like my nana because I'm so fucking sore.
Oh. And speaking of soda, I have strawberry Fanta.
Ugh. Fanta.
I don't know why, but I like strawberry Fanta.
What?
I don't know why, but I really like strawberry Fanta. Like, even though it's technically caffeine free. And I do have a caffeine addiction.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, Ricky. And yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 'tis I.
I barely remember Fanta apple. I need
like
to.
Fanta in general. The flavor has always been way too strong and way too sweet.
Hmm.
Yo, it was funny the other day though, because I haven't had Sprite in like 2 years. And
Right.
I needed to get some because I could tell I was getting super dehydrated. I need something to drink. I got some Sprite Zero and I drank it and I was like, whoa, that is powerful.
What? Right.
Oh, the Fanta commercials? Yeah.
Yeah, they're a riot.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do agree with you on the Sprite Zero. I actually prefer that over Sprite, but I don't see Sprite Zero a lot in my area. I'm like, fuck.
We found out that it's the black label Sprite.
Oh.
Like if you see the black label one, that's the Sprite Zero apparently.
Oh, okay.
They rebranded.
Oh my god, I remember Pepsi Blue. Jesus Christ. Summer of like 2002, I think. Fuck. Oh god, that just brought
Yeah,
back.
I wouldn't remember it because I was too young.
Yeah, I was about 12, 13 at the time. God damn.
Trying to think of
Interesting.
ew.
I don't like Dr. Pepper, but that sounds interesting.
I love Dr. Pepper, but not with coconut. Also, why is it creamy? Why specify that, Dr. Pepper? Goth Mountain Dew.
I was always nervous to drink that because it looks like straight up purple, and purple usually means grapes.
Mm-hmm.
And like Bonnie also knows of my grape allergy. It's like, nope, cannot do.
Yo, I actually do remember those.
I do remember the Orbits, yeah.
Yeah, I remember those too. Those were fun. It's like boba tea before boba tea really took off.
That's why some folks love boba teas because of that shit.
Mm-hmm. I love Boba Tea too. It's been a minute since I've had it because there's like no Asian places at all where I live.
Yeah, Bonnie's right though. I can't have grapes.
Mm.
So no pitch black Mountain Dew for me.
Yep, I can't have peanuts.
Neither of us can have a traditional PB&J sandwich.
Nope, neither of us can.
I can have almond butter and strawberry jam, and so can you.
Yeah,
But
I can have Concord grape jelly with almond butter, and you can have PB&J with strawberry. But together, we cannot have a traditional PB&J sandwich.
Yep. Yeah, it's just funny because I fucking love peanut butter.
I thought you said you didn't like it. Uh-oh. We've got to the grunts part of Christine's Highness.
Oh, Jesus. No, I was actually just thinking about, since I have that one can of Flamin' Hot flavored Mountain Dew, when I get to 500 subscribers, I will drink that live on a stream.
Hopefully it's safe.
I would think so, and I don't plan on drinking the whole thing. It's gonna be a good sip, and probably that's it. Ooh, yeah, Ricky, love that.
Marshmallow fluff. Yep, fluffer nutter.
Mm-hmm.
I can have one of those so long as it's almond butter. I actually considered it, but because I was trying to like be more calorie conscious, and so I looked up marshmallow fluff, but marshmallow fluff is only 5 calories less than the Concord grape jelly that I use, and the jelly is actually more nutritious, and so I was like, well, what's the point? But I can't be trusted around marshmallows. I have discovered that. Because I have binge eating tendencies, and if you give me a large pack of marshmallows, I will eat the entire large pack of marshmallows in possibly a night.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That's
why you get the little multi-bag things of like candy corn.
Yeah, that's why I want like the small things of candy corn, because if I get a big tin of candy corn, I will eat that entire thing in one night, I swear.
Right. Ricky said I would love to have a bottle of
yeah,
Coca-Cola back when it actually had cocaine in it. Be like, oh fuck. So everything
had cocaine. Everything had cocaine. Everything had like opium of some sort. Everything had arsenic. Everything had like. I am still surprised that white folks as a race made it to the 21st century.
Made it through the 19th century. Like the fuck. Because everything was made of poison or was meant to kill them.
Seriously. And like your toilets would randomly set your house on fire because they couldn't figure out how to prevent gas from leaking into the bathroom. Your bathtubs could boil you to death. The walls could make you go crazy because they were painted with Shields green.
The food is not safe. The bread is about 50 to 75% plaster.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, they're giving you mercury to take for depression.
Yep. Victorian times
telling you to
drink
cocaine and telling you to drink cocaine for your health.
Mm-hmm. Is that why I love the 1800s? Because because it was so fucking unhinged.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I'm right at home.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hit the antique shops again. That reminds me.
I love antique shops, but I generally never get anything from them because they're organized in such an overwhelming way that I just like am too busy taking everything in to actually consider buying something.
Right.
There is you know what? There is a hardware store across the street from me. I've really considered going there and getting myself an axe.
Nice.
Because I just like I need an axe.
You're like, I need this sharp and shiny.
I need the sharp and shinies. I also need a new machete. My last machete is really falling apart.
Oh, for those who didn't know or don't know, Zombie has a knife collection that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have a knife collection. I also have swords. I need an axe. I used to have an axe, but that was at my my mother's. So I don't exactly have access to it at the moment.
I mean, my latest thing that I got is considered a sharp and shiny, but it's very small.
Yeah, I want a bone saw too.
The guy,
Like if I
guy that sold me the scalpel, the artery tube, and the trocar, he has antique bone saws.
if I had the money, I would actually pay for like a bona fide Civil War bone saw.
I have a 10% off coupon that I could give you the code to if you need it.
To buy a Civil War bone saw.
Yes, to buy a bone saw for you. We're totally not into oddities and shit like that.
Right. Yeah, I got a substantial check from my nana, and I was planning on putting it in savings, but I'm realizing that's gonna have to be used on my snakes because of the fucking trash enclosures.
Right, which that whole problem could be easily avoided, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Saved a lot more money in the long run, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. I mean, I might take you up on that, but there's a lot of stuff on Etsy that I could use that for, and so I'd have to like really consider.
Yeah, Etsy is very tempting.
Etsy is drugs.
hmm Yeah, we both
Hey,
have.
I hear. Oh my God! I still need to get a Catholic candle of Freddie Mercury.
Oh, you hear Queen?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I just realized they were playing on my TV. I'm like, okay.
I still need to get a Catholic candle of Freddie Mercury.
Right. Patron saint of thoughts.
Yeah, the patron saint of thoughts. My stepmom actually saw him in concert twice.
Nice.
And she can apparently confirm that he was indeed uncircumcised. Or no, he was circumcised. Take that back.
Oh man, she.
Because she was in the front row seat. He always wore those like skin tight bodysuits. And so you could see everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she told me. You know, it's sort of like Alfred Molina is just like, well, I have that information now.
Right. It's like I don't know. It's like I have that visual in my brain now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got 3 minutes left. Any closing thoughts?
No, not really.
Okay.
But thanks everyone for coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.